it's Suzanne with Scrapping the Details, and welcome back. I hope each of you had a happy new year, and I can't believe it's 2017, but I'm going to start off the year with a gift card tutorial. Super easy to make, and I absolutely love making these. They're perfect for any occasion, and I made these for my holiday boutique, and they proved again to be one of my best sellers. So I came up with a different design this year, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make it. This one does close all the way. Obviously, the main attraction on this gift card holder is simply the bow. I love this bow. It's from Sizzix by Brenda Walton, and it's just beautiful. So it truly just makes the gift card a perfect way to showcase it and give it to someone that you care about. So I'm going to show you how I make these. So this here, simply, this one here does not close. This is the one I made originally, and I absolutely love it because you can tuck in a chocolate, you can tuck in a lollipop, a candy cane for the holidays, and then also inside you have a place for your gift card. And then I also included a simple little card here. This is 2.5 by 3.5, just with the sentiment here, to and from, so you could write a note to the recipient of the gift card. So super easy to make. I created some Valentines since it is right around the corner. And then here's a birthday one. And then here, this one does close. And this is the design that I came up with this season. I thought, let me do something different, and people really like this one as well. So again, you would tuck in your gift card, and again, it just has a place for you to write your note. Okay, let me show you what items you're going to need to create this gift card holder. For this project, you will need pattern paper. I just picked an assortment here, and if you have paper pads like I do, I have a whole bunch of these in my stash. This is a great way to use them because the size that we will be working with will be 5.5 by 5.5. So it's a great way to use these paper pads up. So I just kind of picked a few patterns from here. I'm going to make some Valentine gift card envelopes, as well as maybe just some generic ones for a birthday. So you want to pick your pattern paper, and we will be creating them 2 different ways. So some of your pattern paper, you want to make sure the back side is a very minimal pattern, because we will be embossing the sentiment on the back of the envelope. So here you can see this is just a plain pink that I chose. So this will work perfect if I decide to stamp or emboss, a happy birthday or get well. Any sentiment here is going to show up well. And then also I picked up this one just because I loved it. And on the back is just a text pattern. So this obviously will not work with that, but we're gonna make the envelope have a different closure. And then of course, pick out some coordinating cardstock. And I've done that here. And let's get started. Okay, so besides the pattern paper and cardstock, you're also gonna need something for the center of bows that we'll be creating. So I have some rhinestones here. I also have just some enamel gold hearts and some basic rhinestones. So any centers will work. Here are some stars. I use these for the ones I created at Christmas time. So you can even use buttons as well. And the reason we're going to need the centers is because we will be working with the Brenda Walton French Bow by Sizzix. This is one of my absolute favorite dies. I use this throughout the entire holiday season. So this is what makes the gift card holder special and unique and just a lot of fun. So we're going to need this die, and that's why you need the different assorted centers, because I tend not to use this center die that comes on here, even though it does finish off the bow really quick, nicely and quickly. I do like adding just a little bit of nicer embellishment to the center. So that is why I just kind of bypass that and kind of use my own thing for the center of the bows. So we'll need the die. You're also going to need some Versamark and some embossing powder. Obviously, the color of the embossing powder will differ depending on the type of pattern paper you decide. We're going to need some white cardstock. a corner rounder, and you're going to need some stamps that just, you know, any sentiments that you want to use. So here I have this older one here, but this one has like happy birthday, Merry Christmas, just a little something. So it's really versatile to use. And this is by Sizzix. Unfortunately, a friend gave this to me, so I don't know exactly who it's by, but it looks like it may be Brenda Walton. Not a Brenda Walton, but a Stephanie Bernard. So any type of sentiment. Here are just some wood stamps that I had in my stash. So I thought these would work too, because I'm creating Valentine gift card holders as well as a couple of birthday ones too to have on hand. You also need, of course, your acrylic block. And you will need this. You will need the punch board by We Are Memory Keepers. This is the envelope punch board. I absolutely love this, and this is what helps create the gift card holder. So if you don't already have this, you know, use your coupon, head over to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and pick this up. You will be glad that you did. This has been around for a while, but I love this. So easy to use. And you're going to need a glue gun, and then you're going to need this you'll need some type of enclosure, because one of the gift card holders, we will use these fastener tabs on there. So this is by Tombow, and I love them, and so you'll need something like this, or you can even use some little magnetic strip as well, but these are really easy to use and they are very durable. So that's it. So that's what you'll need to create. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how easy it is to make them. Okay, first up, you're going to need your envelope punch board. Now on here, there is a gift card size here, and this is the card size, or the paper size is 5 by 5, and it's going to fit perfectly a gift card. However, I wanted mine just a little bit bigger, so I chose to have my paper size 5.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I make the first one, that the gift card does not stay closed. So this is super easy to use. I absolutely love it. It has a place for your bone folder. So again, my paper is 5.5 by 5.5, and you simply line it up. It tells you exactly where to begin scoring, and it's at 2 3/8. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. So you punch, then you score, and then you simply turn. And I kind of like to bend it just so I know what I'm doing. And you're gonna punch it again and score it. And you're just gonna do this on all sides. And line it up. It's kind of hard with this side because of the pattern. And then you're just going to score it there. And then you have all the sides done. And then what I like to do is I do like the ends to have to be corner rounded. So I just simply use this little gadget right here to do that. Super easy. Or if you have a corner rounder, you could do that as well. It just makes it easy. And you're just going to punch there. And that's it. Actually, I need to do a little bit better job on that, Suzanne. Okay, perfect. So there you have your gift card envelope, and that is your basis. So let's go ahead and just push this to the side. And then I like to use this red tape to adhere it down. It's just really strong, and it just helps the gift card to stay in place, especially with that bow that's going to sit right on top. Okay. And now we simply just lift this up. If I can do that, there we go. And on the other side, and then you have your envelope. Super easy. Now, this is where this envelope, this gift card envelope, is going to stay open. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my sentiment right at the top. And for this one, I think I'm going to choose something, let's see, since this is a floral print, obviously we'll make this a happy birthday one. Okay, let me just grab my Sizzix Stamping Secret Weapon here. And I have my sentiment, that's happy birthday. And for this one, I think I'm just going to use black ink to apply the sentiment. Instead of embossing it, I'm just gonna go ahead and use black ink. So I have this archival ink out. And I'm just gonna get it right in the center. And there you go. Super easy. And sometimes, like I said, I do like to emboss them as well. Here for the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment, I did use white embossing powder for that. And then here for this one that says happy birthday, this was also embossed with black powder as well. Okay, so that's it. So we can push this off to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and die cut our bow to sit right on the front of the envelope. Now, let me show you how I like to use the French bow by Brenda Walton. So I go ahead and I obviously pick a coordinating cardstock for the envelope. And in this case, I'm choosing pink for this one. And what I do is I like to have 2 strips of 2.5 by 12, and then I just fold it in half. So I have 2 of those. And then for the ends of the bow, I simply cut another piece that's 2 by 12, and again, I also fold that in half. So now I'm just gonna get my Big Shot and cut out my bow. Okay, I have my Big Shot here, and let me show you exactly how I lay out my papers. So first up, I simply line up my cardstock just a little underneath where it's going to cut on both sides. So as you can see, hopefully you can see that there, it's just a little bit below so it doesn't cut all the way. So here is my sandwich, simple. And then I just grab my top cutting mat. Oops, and I just messed these up a little bit, so let me just make sure that they're lined up, and they are. And I'm gonna go ahead and just run this through. And you will be left with this and this. So now you have the base of your bow. So this is what you're gonna end up with. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the tails of the bow. And then for the tail of the bow, I simply, do the same thing, except I kind of tear this piece off because I don't need all of it. And I know those of you that like to save your scraps are probably cringy when I did that, but I simply do not have room for a lot of scraps, so that's not going to really bother me so much. So I'm okay with that. I tend to do that a lot. It just makes it easier. So I'm just gonna run this through, and now I'm gonna have the tail for my bow. Super easy. Again, this is one of my favorite dies. I really like the way it cuts, and it just makes a beautiful presentation for the gift card. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put it together. So to assemble this bow, I do like to curl the bow, and I simply just use a pencil because it's just easier and it helps just give that little bit of a curve. So I do that to both ends just to kind of work out some of those fibers of that paper. And here is my smaller piece. And I simply use a glue gun to adhere this together so it stays put, and I don't have to worry about it popping up on me. Super easy. So I'm gonna put my glue right about there and here, and let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I just like to hold it just a little bit, just so that glue can grasp it. Go ahead and put a little bit more on this side, and go ahead and just put that together. And just to kind of help it stay put, I do like to use a clothespin just in the center for a little bit while I go ahead and get my other bow assembled. This is really simple to do. And like I said, I use this bow on almost every item that I did sell at my holiday boutique. It was like everything had a bow on it, but I think people really liked it. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and we'll go ahead and add a clothespin to the center of that as well. Just kind of put that so that stays together as well. And then we're gonna go ahead, and this piece is gonna go right on there. And as you can see here, I already have a black one already ready to go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add something for the center. Now, in this case, I think I'm just gonna go to my rhinestones. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of that and have that sit right in the center of the bow. And there you go, super easy. So that's how I assembled all my bows. And then for the pink one, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that there. And then I need my smaller bow. And we'll put that right in the center. And we'll use our clothespin for a little bit just to adhere that and give that a chance to dry. Okay, I think this is dry. And then for this one, I'm just gonna clean up some of this glue. I think for this one, I'm going to use one of my stars. And yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of glue just to ensure that stays in place. And I'm just gonna let that dry for a little bit. And just clean up some of this glue. And it's, again, it just makes a beautiful presentation. Okay, and then the next step is just simply to adhere it onto your gift card envelope. Really simple. And you'll obviously do a little bit neater job than I am. And I'm gonna go ahead and just grab, because a lot of that glue tends to squeeze out, I kind of use a skewer there to kind of clean up any extra glue. Okay. So for this one, I just have a simple to and from that I'm using, and I'm gonna put it right along the bottom there. And since I have the ink out, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp another one for the second gift card holder that I'm making. And again, right along the bottom. That's it, super easy. Let's put that aside. And then I just like to go ahead and corner round all of the corners. So I'm just gonna use my corner rounder here. I think I've had this thing forever, but it's my favorite and I love it because it still works. And we'll do that one. And that's it. And it's ready to tuck inside our gift card. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Now this is obviously one of the ways that I like to create the gift card holder. Now let me show you the second design where the gift card holder will close. Okay, you're going to need obviously your envelope punch board again and your pattern paper, and we're gonna do it the exact same way as we did the other one. Okay, and then we're just gonna add our red tape to it to go ahead and close it off. Base to our gift card. Now on this one, what we're going to do is a little bit different because we want this to close. So what we're going to do is grab our tag fasteners from Tombow, super, super easy. And let me show you how I like to adhere it. Okay, let me just pull this off. Okay, so we're just going to grab one. And then what I like to do is I just like to simply pop it about there. Okay, and then I just remove the backing to the second piece that's on the back here. I'm going to pull that. Maybe pull that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. There we go. We're going to go ahead and just peel that. And I just like to smooth it out, kind of get it all nicely adhered. And then I'm going to gently start peeling it back. And there you go. So now it will close for you. Very simply, super easy. So that's how I like to do that. And then of course, at this point, you would, include your little place to write your note. And then we would also add a gift card inside. And if you wanted to add some chocolate, you could do that as well. But first, let's go ahead and add our bow to the front. And my bow is already assembled, and we're simply going to use some hot glue gun and adhere it right to the center. Okay, and we're just going to let that have a chance to dry. And we'll come right back to it. Okay, I think it's dry now, and it is. So we have our little card and then our gift card tucked nicely inside. Super easy, and it just makes a really beautiful presentation to give someone a gift card, regardless if it's Valentine's Day. Perfect idea for teachers, for someone that you wanted to thank. And again, they were just perfect for Christmas, and they, again, were one of my best sellers. So super easy to make. I hope that you enjoyed this quick tutorial and that you will give them a try. And again, this is the one that I first started out with, and I just love it. I love that it stays open. I love just presenting this to somebody. And again, you can tuck more candies inside for someone. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that your new year has started off fantastic. And I hope you find some time to be creative. Thank you so much for watching.